Worry that most paper receipts printed at large retailers in the U.S. contain chemicals that could potentially be dangerous to your health and harm the recycling process.
ABC's Ginger Zee explains with this week's Climate Minute.
Well, that's a familiar sound, especially this time of year, as Americans go on their consumer bender for the holidays. Receipt after receipt will be printed, but beware. There could be more on that thin piece of paper than just numbers and barcodes.
Unfortunately, when we as consumers or when professional cashiers touch receipt paper that contains this chemical called bisphenol S, they can be exposed to significant concentrations of this chemical.
A study released earlier this year from Ecology Center's Healthy Stuff Lab found that about 80% of receipts from retailers in the U.S. are printed on thermal paper, coated with the chemicals BPA or BPS. The state of Washington recently became the first to ban these chemicals in receipt paper because of their ability to harm human health and wildlife. But on the national level, for now, the FDA and EPA say that people don't need to worry about it because of the low level of exposure, but that they'll keep studying. One thing's for certain, the chemicals on those receipts can contaminate the paper recycling stream. Those chemicals can make it back into recycled paper products like toilet paper and paper towels.
When we continue to use bisphenols in receipt paper, and when that receipt paper gets tossed in the recycling bin, it can contaminate other materials where these chemicals were never intended to be used and where they have no benefit.
Shade says next time you go to buy, opt for electronic receipts when they're available. With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Zee.